any fruit. You're crazy if you do. So I started doing tests on myself, because if I was eating fruits and vegetables, to not eat any fruit was essentially to not eat half the food I was eating. I started doing many experiments, one of which was I would eat a piece of fruit and I would test my blood sugar every 15 minutes just to kind of map out where it was going, what it was doing. And then I'd do the same thing with a processed sugar, like a cookie or some cake frosting or whatever. I noticed with the fruit, I would initially get a spike. Then my blood sugar would go down and stay normal for a few hours. Whereas with a cookie, it would go up, stay up, and then drop below normal. So what I'm saying is that fiber actually is really good for diabetics, and you can continue to eat fruit. You just have to be mindful it will spike a little bit initially, but it will actually not give you that much problem. Whereas raw food juice, since it doesn't have the fiber, could be potentially, could cause issues for a diabetic. Okay, so a couple more slides for you. If you're lucky and you go to Edge of the Woods health food store here, you buy beets and they come with beet greens, right? Sometimes we're lucky, but we don't know that we're lucky because we take these beets home and we do what with the greens? Yeah, we take them off and we throw them away. Here's a nutritional comparison of beets, the root part, and beets, the greens. Okay, let's see. Where should we start? Potassium, 325 milligrams in beets, 762 in beet greens. Sodium, the good kind of sodium that actually makes your joints more flexible, 78 in beet greens, 226 in beets. 78 in beets, 226 in beet greens. Vitamin K, 0.2 in beets, 400 in beet greens. You see a trend? The greens are actually more nutritious. But wait, hold on. Calories, 43 in beets, 22 in beet greens. Sugars, 6.76 in beets, 0.5 in beet greens. So the only few things that beets are actually higher in are calories and sugars. Everything else is higher in the greens. This is pretty much true for carrots and carrot tops, parsnips and parsley, turnips and turnip greens. And why am I telling you this? Because sometimes people forget that the things on top of their root vegetables are actually more nutritious and can be used in green smoothies. And I also tell you this because I'm trying to distinguish the fact that we've all heard at some point, if we've been in the nutritional world long enough, that fruits don't combine with vegetables. Have you ever heard this? Greens are not vegetables. Greens are actually in the flowers and blossoms category because they grow above the ground, and they combine perfectly with fruits. But if you start blending root vegetables, things like turnips and carrots and beets with fruits, that's not gonna be a really good combo. You'll feel it. Make sense? So next time you find beets at the grocery store with greens on them, what are you going to do?
Save the greens.
You're going to take and twist off the beets, throw them away, and eat the greens, right? I'm just kidding. Use both the parts, but don't neglect one. That's Crater Lake, where I'm from. All right, so after glorifying greens for this long, I'm going to ask you one thing.